Long time no see. Haven't posted since last year. I'm sorry guys, I don't like winter. I used to love it, but I don't know about any I just don't know. Hi. Hello. Welcome back to my witch obsession. So in today's pick a candle wax reading, we will just be doing some general messages for what's going on in your life right now. But just whatever comes through basically. Um I literally haven't filmed in so long. I don't even know what to say. But yeah, we have three groups here today. We have group one with the blue candle. We have group two with the pink candle. And group three with the orange candle. Today I wanted to try something new and do it on the paper, instead of in the bowl. So I'm curious to see how this turns out. But yeah, if you have chosen your pile, see you at your reading. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Timestamps are in the description box below. And if you like a personal reading, I do offer those in my Etsy shop, which will also be linked down below. Other than that, see you at your reading. But if you like to sit and listen to me ramble for a little bit, then hi. Oh my gosh, you guys. It's like 11:30 right now, and I haven't even showered yet because I just got home and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to film right now. Because truth be told, I've just December was so much, and I really feel like there's so many things that December did that I'm kind of like. So in December, I don't even know what happened. I was going to post for the past 2 weeks and like pre-film videos because for those of you that don't know, I was flying out to go see family in another state. But before I could, I got food poisoning, and then right after the food poisoning wore off, I got into a car accident, so then that delayed. And then I got really depressed, and then I was just like dead on the inside. And then lo and behold, I had to go travel, and I didn't have time while I was out to film, and I was like, you know what, like I'll just leave it be. Maybe I need to take a vacation anyways, which is very true, but I don't know. I don't know, because I don't really want it to sound like a sob story, nor do I want it to sound like I'm like, because like I have been very sad these past few weeks and just kind of like under the weather, quite literally too. And I've just feel I don't really know how to describe it. It's like this pit in my chest. It's like a rock, and it just will not go away because I just feel so much dissatisfaction because I just want to see change in my life, and I want to see things be different. And I feel like the vacation made me even more sad in a way because like everything was the same over there too. And I was just kind of like, there has to be more to life than this, there has to be something that I'm missing here. And like I just don't have a car right now, so I'm not able to do the things that I want. And like I applied for some jobs today because I'm like, I just feel like working is something that, like I have so much free time, like I should like work. And I don't know. And I don't, like I said, I don't want it to like this come off as like a sob story. Me like sitting here like telling you how much like I don't like I'm I'm like I don't know how to say it. Like I'm expressing it to you in a way that I want it to be genuine and like accurate to how I'm feeling, but not like in a way that's like, guys, like feel bad for me. But I will say there is some silver lining. I'm trying to keep my head above water and to kind of be optimistic because ultimately I do know that all of this work that I'm doing on myself right now and tolerating these difficulties will lead to a very bountiful and prosperous spring. But genuinely, like, I've just been feeling kind of sad because I'm like, wow, I really want the channel to take off. I want to, get more subscribers. I want more people to find me and notice me and stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm not like, I enjoy the process and I enjoy, the slow and steady kind of vibe. But sometimes I just want to see some surprises, But, and I don't know what it is, but sometimes I feel a little bit, I feel like it's tacky to say that, or I feel like it's weird to say I want more, like, people on here because I don't know. Because, like, one thing I've learned about doing YouTube is like your biggest promoter is yourself. And whenever I like try to like tell people that, I'm like, yeah, dude, I kind of want more like viewers and stuff like that. It gives like those people in the mall that have like 4 billion copies of a CD and they're like handing them out trying to like get people to listen to their music. And it's like no hate to those people. It's like I love the grind, but that's just what I feel like, and I don't like feeling like that. But I don't know. I'm very optimistic. I feel like, well, I'm more optimistic now that I'm actually like talking about it and expressing it, but I don't know, you guys. I'm ready for changes. I'm ready for life to be different this year, and I'm honestly ready to move out of the town that I'm living in. Like, I don't know. If you're Sagittarius rising, please tell me how you've been doing, especially at around the time that you're seeing this or that I'm uploading this, because if you hear background noise, it's my roommates, but please tell me how you guys are feeling, especially other Taurus, maybe Scorpio placements, but Sag risings especially. Oh my gosh, I feel like we're going through it right now. Like, I'm ready for something new. Anyways, I think that's all I have for today's ramble. I'm sorry it was kind of depressing. I didn't mean, like, I'm sure you guys don't mind, but I just doing my best, managing. Excuse me. I know I will get there. I know we will get there. But right now, it's just like it's like a uphill battle. But anyways, thank you so much for listening. I love you. See you at your reading. Hello, group 1. If you chose the blue candle, these are just going to be your general messages. This will be a reading. I'm gonna just say that. That makes more sense. Anyways, I'm sure you can see, but today I wanted to try something new, and I wanted to try the candle wax on paper, so let's get right into it. I feel like there's a decision that you guys need to make that you're a little bit stressed about. And it seems to be something that you feel like once this decision is made, then you'll be able to really proceed with your life. I'm also sensing some apathy, if I'm going to be honest, or I sense kind of this like grass is greener on the other side mentality. I don't know, there just seems to be something that's caught your eye, or you just feel like there's something more that you may be missing, or that you feel like, are you making the right choice? I just feel like you guys are stuck at a huge crossroads right now, if I'm gonna be honest. I feel like you guys are thinking about summer, some of you. I feel like some of you want to have a really fun summer, or I just feel like you guys want to have more fun. I think that you guys should definitely make it a point to go with the grain right now and not try to resist the flow. Because this kind of looks like scales to me. Like specific lizards that have those really thick scales. Or even like, I don't even know what they're called, but there's a specific animal that I'm thinking of, and it's like dragon scales kind of vibes. And if you brush it this way, it's going to really hurt. But if you go this way, it's like a smooth surface. So I feel like you guys should go with the flow for now and kind of go with the grain, follow the herd, if you will. And not like in a conforming kind of way, like you are following the rest or something, because I do think that you guys want to be unique, and I do think that you guys want to overcome odds and obstacles, especially if you feel like people are doubting you right now. But I just think that there's a certain point where you should go along with the if you can't beat him, join him mentality until you see an opportunity to break through and do what you've been wanting to do and to truly rebel against the cause. And no, I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of like, it makes me think of when people want to go to like community college and then transfer into university because it's like you save money or like, it's more beneficial. It's just there's clearly a more ideal situation for you right now, and I just think that you are either resisting it or you are unsure about how you can go about making this decision and actually executing it. I also feel like for some of you guys, maybe you're indulging a little bit too much, or you may be like turning to things in order to satiate yourself or satisfy yourself. I don't know. This is so random, but I saw like a shape here, and it made me think of the Thrice Cream Man from Chowder, and that just like, it's just ice cream is amazing, but when you have too much of it, you get really sick. So I feel like there's something in your life that maybe has been overdone a tad bit, and maybe because of you're feeling some burnout. And this could be anything. It doesn't have to be things you're indulging in. Maybe you guys are working too much. Maybe you guys have been hanging around a specific person too much. Maybe you've been, like, I don't know, there's just something about your life that I just feel like you could change up or you could bring more variety into quite easily instead of sticking to the same thing out of like stubbornness or rigidity. I don't know why, but this specific droplet makes me think of feet, or it looks like a foot. And that always makes me think of Pisces, so Pisces could be significant. Or some of you could do better, like, or some of you guys should take care of your feet. I'm thinking of like those sole things that you can put at like the bottom of your shoe, and it's kind of like gel or foam. Or maybe you guys need to do some foot care, maybe do a foot mask. I saw two things. I saw a few things here actually. First of all, I thought of skin. So maybe some of you guys are trying to up your skincare game. I also feel like for some of you, I keep hearing like ice cold or like break the ice. That could be significant. I definitely do think that there is something in your life that you want to change or like break the ice on. If there's something that you're wondering on whether or not you'll love it or if you're making the right decision, give it a try. And I think that you'll be pleasantly surprised by something in your life. There's definitely something that I feel like will bring you a surprising amount of happiness, protection, and beauty if you give it a chance and if you make the effort to truly make your mind up instead of being on the fence about it. I also feel like you guys should consume more water. These look like Orbeez to me. And as when you give Orbeez water, they expand. And I just feel like that is relevant to you guys. I feel like if you guys try to contain water, or if you guys make it a point to invest into water or something about the way water works in your life, I feel like it will really help you. And it's interesting because when I thought of the word expand, it made me think of Jupiter in astrology. So maybe for some of you guys, you're a Jupiter rule, so you could be Pisces or Sagittarius once again. I also Okay, so Sagittarius rules the thighs, so I thought of thighs, and then that word sounds like thyroid, so maybe those words could be significant for some of you. I also keep seeing bubbles, like these look like bubbles to me, so something about bubbles could be significant. That made me think of Bubbles from Powerpuff Girls. Maybe for some of you, either A, that character is significant, or B, expressing your emotions and enjoying little things in your life could really help you or really help you escape. And don't feel guilty about it either. Don't feel guilty about showing love for simpler things, like if the first thing I think of is a cat. If you see a flower and you need to stop and pick it, or if you see a really pretty donut on a walk, or if there's a sunset and you want to take pictures, make an effort to just bring beauty into your life and enjoy the simpler things for now. It wouldn't hurt to just pump the brakes and have a moment for yourself. I just heard the word grotesque. I don't know what that's about. This also just like the way that it's patterned, obviously it's like melted wax, but it just looks like something's dissolving or something in your life is changing. I think that whatever you guys are going through right now, it's definitely a very transitional stage of life. I just feel like there's something that needs to be moderated. There's something in your life that I feel like the balance has been thrown off. It makes me think of like pH balance, like where you need to add something to make it more acid or more alkaline. I feel like there's something like that going on in your life where you're trying to add or subtract things to kind of stabilize something or to de-escalate something. Because I definitely do feel like you're reaching a boiling point, or you feel like there is a lot of just blockages. Because I don't know if you can tell, but like I feel like I'm just really struggling to kind of like give you concise messages. It's just like a bunch of like random words and little references. And because of that, I just feel like your energy right now is very choppy. It's very all over the place, unpredictable, almost as if though you're trying to look for something or if you're searching for something. And it just like, it might be really stressing you out. And I almost wonder if you are looking too hard in your external reality for answers and what may satisfy you and bring you fulfillment. Try looking within yourself and listening to your feelings and seeing what's going on and taking initiatives based on that. Because I just feel like you guys are being a little bit hard on yourselves, some of you very hard on yourselves, and others of you, I just feel like you're kind of self sabotaging, or you're kind of standing in your own way because you're trying to look for something in the external reality and kind of like doing like this trial and error kind of vibe where it's like, oh, maybe this will make me feel better, or like, oh, maybe this will make me happy, or oh, maybe this will satisfy me. But instead it just kind of ends up being one of those things where it's like, oh yeah, like this one satisfies me, but I feel like I could do more, or yeah, this one didn't satisfy me. It's just, I feel like you're playing a huge Russian roulette game with what might bring you fulfillment and what might bring you sustainable happiness. But I just feel like that is no longer serving you, and it's time to really look inwards and to really pay attention to how you're feeling and seeing what might be out there that isn't necessarily what you're familiar with. I don't know why, but it makes me think of when you're at home and there's nothing to eat in the pantry, like literally nothing. Like you live in an ingredient household. It's just, yeah, like maybe some of you have even cried over it. Look at this one droplet running down. But I just feel like, when you look at the pantry, there's no food. It's just one of those times where you need to go out and you need to look for something and look for what sounds good. Sometimes when you don't have the supplies at home, or you have to get crafty, or you have to go out and go get some, something like that. It's just, you need to step out of what you're familiar with, and you need to step out of what you're comfortable with right now. Not necessarily in like a dramatic way, you don't need to like go out and do something absolutely crazy and rambunctious, or out of the ordinary, but it's more so in a way that you know what you need to do in order to bring yourself some novelty and some excitement into your life right now. But instead, I just feel like you're sticking to what's familiar, or I feel like you guys are going for the low-hanging fruit. Get on your tippy toes and see what else you can reach for, I feel like a little bit of a challenge and a little bit of an uphill battle, or not uphill battle, but a little bit of a challenge, a little bit of playful competition, and seeing, betting a little bit more on yourself could really do you some good. I feel like some of you are trying to do some kind of like content creation, or some of you guys are trying to do something that involves creating, or I feel like you guys are trying to monetize something, or you're trying to create more in general. Even if you aren't looking to monetize, I feel like maybe some of you are just trying to get into creative hobbies, or you guys are interested in a specific creative hobby. Maybe painting for some of you. Anything like that. I feel like maybe some of you have been struggling with identity issues, or you have been kind of doing ancestral work, or maybe some of you have been like going through with your family. There's just, because this looks like a thumbprint to me, and that just makes me think of like, like identity, like fingerprint. And I feel like some of you guys have been self-conscious about that, or you guys have been seeing, figuring yourself out, seeing who you are, maybe changing things up and trying to be like, like see what else is out there for you, like trying new things in regards to your appearance, or seeing what else you can do. I feel like there's no better way to describe it. I just feel like you guys have been going through a huge shift and a lot of transitions and changes in regards to your identity, the way that you carry yourself, the way that you look, all of the above. There's something in your life that you're tempted by. I would say give it a shot, or I would say do a little bit more research on it if you're unsure. If there's anything that you're unsure about in your life right now, give it some time. Now is really not the time to make any rash decisions. It's more to rather experiment and see what else is possible, and to kind of give yourselves options before the seasons change, or until after you notice some more shifts in your environment, so that you can proceed forward. It's like, where I live, it's still cold outside, We're still planting seeds, we're still setting intentions before it warms up and you can, quote unquote, spring forward. Yeah. I just think that, like, a lot of your message had to do with making the necessary changes that you need, or kind of like moving things around to set yourself up for success. It makes me think of like when you rearrange your furniture for more space, or when you kind of like, like throw things away, or when you say you like put 3 shirts in a suitcase, and the way that you arrange them was just not ideal, and it's taking up so much space, so you change them and how you kind of arrange them in there, and then this like the way that you organize them, now you have so much more space for other things, and now you can proceed forward and be like, okay, what else can I fit in here, if that makes any sense. Basically, I just feel like you guys are dealing with a lot of dissatisfaction with your life in regards to your pleasures, your hobbies, and your identity for some of you. And I just think that a lot of these things right now are things that you need to go with the flow and kind of follow your feelings, as opposed to kind of like trying to bring structure to everything, or trying to like, I just feel like you guys are very rigid right now. And I think that you should work yourself and kind of see, like, don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone, because ultimately, if you are not satisfied with something, or if you don't like something, you don't have to do it again. Anyways, that's all I have for you, Pile 1. Thank you so much for watching. I hope the reading resonated, and if it did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you'd like a personal reading from me, I do offer those in my Etsy shop, which will be linked down below. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. Again, I love you. Bye. Hello, group 2. If you chose the pink candle, this is going to be your reading. So As you can see, today I wanted to try something a little bit new and do the candle wax on paper. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Ooh. So the first drop, this is so random, but I thought of Drip Drip Drop, which is from Fairy Tale and this one character. And the reason I'm bringing that up and why I like that is because I feel like you're going to quote unquote see the sun for the first time. It makes me think of like when it's been raining for a while and you see the sun for the first time in a really long time, you know. I really do feel like good things are coming towards you guys right now. And it's because you have changed your ways, and it's because you are opening your mind to new concepts and ideas, and you are moving away from an old way of thinking. But I think that this process has been rather stressful because it's really been about letting go of bitterness and past pains and things that really hurt you or made you feel different in like a subjectively bad way, or kind of like you felt alienated. I think that some of you guys are just truly just stepping into a place of authenticity and embracing yourself, and because of that I think that the universe is rewarding you. Passion is running high. Look how big this flame is too. I don't know why, but I keep feeling that you guys are really bothered by something. Like, I just feel like your feathers are really ruffled because of something. And it could be other people that is really ruffling your feathers. I'm noticing that these drops are like in pairs, if you know what I mean. Like, there's 2 drops here, 2 drops, 2 drops, 2 drops. And then there's this 1 drop right here. So this just makes me feel like, yeah, here goes again, you know. I didn't realize it until now. So I almost wonder if there are people around you, or if you feel like there are relationships around you that are, maybe some of you guys are wanting to get into a relationship, or some of you guys are wanting to partner up. Maybe some of you are single and you feel like literally everyone's in a relationship but you. That's for some of you, not all of you. Just generally speaking, I feel like there's something about couples around you, or there's something about the way that how you're interacting with people around you is either agitating and very annoying, or it's just one of those things where it's kind of like there's like discourse, you know, like it's you guys are going against each other in kind of like a against the grain kind of way. You know, there's friction. There we go. I don't know why, but when I said the word friction, it made me think of square, and then it made me think of quadrilateral. So someone could be a square in your life. I don't know. Or is square up. I don't know. Maybe someone's trying to fight you. I'm just kidding. Or am I? Only take what resonates, of course. The moon is very significant right here. So this drop right here, there's like a smaller drop, and it makes me think of the earth and, you know, our moon. So I feel like for some of you, maybe you could be a Cancer, or maybe you could be a Pisces. But more emphasis on Cancer because Cancer rules or is ruled by the moon. Or a Cancer could be significant, or something about your mother could be significant. Maybe for some of you, your mother is the one that is bothering you or agitating you. There's layers. I'm noticing how a lot of these drops, they have layers. And I don't know, it makes me think of an onion, so maybe some of y'all crying. But other than that, I just feel like there's something about how you're feeling right now, and there's layers to it. I really feel like it's not that linear. I don't think it's as simple as I'm sad or as simple as I'm happy, you know? I feel like you guys have definitely experienced a lot and done a lot of growth and transformation in regards to your emotional needs, relationships, how you interact with other people, how you nurture yourself, how you interact with especially feminine energies, other feminine energies. Or it could be like how you have changed your own relationship with your own femininity. And it's like, it's really paying off, like I said. Your passion's running high and you're moving into a better state of life. I feel like you're waiting for the ball to drop. I don't know. I just feel like there's something that you're waiting on. There seems to be something in your life that you are intrigued by or interested by. But it's kind of like, this looks like a pair of eyes to me and like eyebrows. There's something that you're looking at, or there's somebody that's looking at you. And it has you very, you know when someone's looking at you, or you know when someone, they know they're being looked at, so they act differently. It makes me think of when someone's like stealing from a store and they're looking around for cameras, but they don't find the camera. But in the camera, you see them just like looking around, looking for the camera. You know, like I feel like that's how you feel right now. I feel like you're surveillancing something in your life, or I feel like you have an eye out right now, and you know that people are looking at, you, or you know that you are looking at somebody. And with that being said, something about the eyes could be significant. And when I think of eyes, I think of carrots. So maybe you guys are trying to get to the root of something. There's something that you guys are trying to solve right now. And I think that it really does require you to kind of trust your gut and open your third eye, or kind of like train your third eye. So maybe for some of you, your crown chakra, if that's the correct chakra, is important. That makes me think of the color purple too. So purple could be significant. Some of you guys are looking good, and that's why people are looking at you. I don't know why, but all of these kind of look like pairs of eyes to me, and it makes me think of like that Scooby-Doo aesthetic where there's a bunch of like pairs of eyes in the dark. So maybe some of you guys feel like there's a mystery to be solved. Once again, it comes back to like, I feel like you guys are trying to solve something, or I feel like there's something in your life that you're confused about and you're kind of seeing through right now. Take your time. I feel like some of you guys are trying to paint something, or you guys are trying to like do some interior decorating. I don't know why, but this droplet made me think of, like when you go to Home Depot or something, they have those little tabs of paint colors. I feel like you guys are trying to change something in your life, whether it be your own personal space, especially with that Cancerian energy coming through. Maybe you guys are trying to paint a room. But I feel like aside from that, I just think that you guys are trying to renovate your life in some way and kind of change the vibe somehow. And maybe some of you guys are looking into color theory, or you guys are trying to see what colors to integrate into your life. Maybe some of you guys are literally working on your chakras, or some of you guys are looking at what colors could mean to you. Or maybe some of you guys are like in that vibe of like, oh, I wear too much of pink, and so I'm now trying to wear more purple, or oh, I wear too much black, I want to wear more color, something like that. I feel like you guys are trying to bring up more vibrant vibes into your life. And when I said paint, it also made me think of that song Paint the Town Red. And so I just feel like there is something in your life that you're just trying to be more vocal now, and I think that you're doing a lot better job of communicating your feelings, standing up for yourself, and I definitely think that this is a direct reference to how you've been going through a lot of transformations and changes in regards to yourself. And this is why your life is getting better, is because you're learning to set boundaries and you're learning to advocate for yourself way more. And it's not that you didn't do that before, but it's just that you're doing it way more now. You're working on that. You're solidifying that. It makes me think of like when you get a tattoo, it's like one of those things where you touch it up from time to time, and you work on it, and you take care of it. It's like maintenance. You're doing maintenance on your emotional well-being, I feel. And I think that you guys are definitely like getting rewarded for that. So I think it's interesting because this originally looked like a pair of eyes. Now to me it kind of looks like a bug or like an ant or something. You guys are attracting people like magnets. You may not notice it, but there are people that are really attracted to you, or there are people that are very like even obsessed with you. I feel like I don't know, like there's just something about your energy that just genuinely feels like people are really staring at you, or people are trying to figure you out. Oh my gosh, this looks very phallic. So I definitely think that there could be a male that is very much looking at you, if you know what I mean. There's something that you guys are trying to pick up. This look like when you like pinch something, like this. That's what it looked like. I feel like some of you guys are trying to pick up something. When you like drop something small and you have to like arrange your fingers in a way like this to pick it up. I feel like that's what you guys are doing right now with something. I feel like you guys are handling something very carefully, or you're being very careful to manage things in your life, or to organize things in your life, or to pick up something that maybe you hadn't had in a while. And what I mean by that, is like it makes me think of somebody who is painting after not painting for a really long time, somebody who is cutting hair after not cutting hair for a really long time, someone who is working out after not working out for a very long time. There's something in your life that I feel like you're handling with care to get back into or to maintain. And once again, this could just be yourself, like just your emotional well-being. Don't compare yourself to others. This looks like a Venn diagram to me that just immediately makes me think of compare. I don't think that you guys should compare yourself to other people, or I don't think that you guys should try to compare other people with other people or compare different situations. I think that you should just allow things to be and kind of, not like in a rude way, but stay in your own lane in a way that's like, you don't need to read into other people's situations, especially if it is in regards to communications. Like, don't try to figure people out for them. Let them figure themselves out, because I feel like you can save yourself a lot of time and energy by not immersing yourself into other people's issues. If that's what you do, I'll only take that if it resonates, because I feel like that's kind of like an aggressive message. Oh, I see a spoon here. This looks like a spoon. You see that? Something about spoons could be significant. Someone spooning another person, or you're trying to eat something that requires a spoon, or maybe you need a spoon of something. This looks like Pepto-Bismol, so maybe y'all having some stomach issues, or some of y'all need to take care to maintain your diet, or some of you are trying to maintain your diet, or kind of like, like just, I wouldn't say watch what you eat, because I do think that you guys are strong, and I don't think that that's necessarily a problem right now, but I do feel like if you don't make an effort to maintain your diet right now, or be disciplined about your eating habits, I do feel like it'll be something that in the future will need some attention. It will come back and like bite you in the arse. So I think that's one of those things that you should maintain to save yourself some time, energy, and money. It also literally looks like an accessory for toys, like when specific toys like maybe Littlest Pet Shops or like Barbies have like spoon accessories. So maybe some of you, first of all, maybe some of you, like a child is in question, like a child you may know, or maybe there's someone that you feel like is acting very childish. Or I just feel like there's something that you're trying to set up in life right now. I feel like it's not so much about like having a literal child. I feel like it's more of like whenever I think of like having a child, it's about like new opportunities, new, like fertility, abundance, a new beginning being promised, and things never being the same afterwards. I think that this is definitely another nudge to how I was saying in the very beginning, like your life is about to change, I feel. And I think that you guys feel this. Like, I don't think that this is something that you didn't know. I keep hearing what comes around goes around, or whatever the saying is. Keep your side of the street clean. I'm thinking of Karma by Taylor Swift. I feel like karma is really like serving you right now. That's another thing that I was saying, like what I was saying earlier. Like if you try to take matters into your own hands, you will face consequences. So that's why I feel like it's just better to worry about what's going on with you and better to worry about yourself. Because if anyone does you incorrectly or you feel like you get done wrong in any way, just know that like karma will do its work as long as you don't try to do its work for it. It's like when you ask someone for help and you like try to do their job for them. It's like, why'd you even ask them for help, I also think it's interesting how this is almost a straight line. Well, like it looks straight to me, if you know what I mean, like the way that the drops are arranged. And then like this circles here. Maybe some of you guys are trying to go to the view, or you guys are trying to like look at, maybe you guys, something about mountains is significant. I don't know, like this just makes me think of like sunset on mountains. So yeah, I just feel like a lot of your reading was about allowing things to come into your life and allowing the hard work that you've put in to essentially pay off. It's like when you so it's like when you are getting paid and you're getting paid, you just have to allow it to hit your bank account first. Like there's just like that processing moment. I feel like that's what's going on for you right now. Like I feel like you're in a processing stage where you're waiting for the things that you have been promised and the things that you have worked on coming towards you. And that being said, your relationship with other people is definitely coming up to the surface. Steer clear of people you don't like their vibes. Steer clear of people you don't have a good feeling about. You're attracting a lot of different people right now, and there's a lot of people looking at you right now. So it's like, use discernment, take care of your physical body in whatever ways that you can, and know that the rest will be worked out. Thank you so much for watching Pile 2. I hope that the reading resonated, and if it did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like a personal reading from me, I do offer those in my Etsy shop, which will be linked down below. Other than that, thank you so much for watching again. I love you. Bye. Hello, group 3. If you chose the orange candle, then this is going to be your reading. So as you can see today, I wanted to try something a little bit new and do the candle wax drops on paper. So far so good. Let's just get right into your reading. I'm gonna hold it like this because it's like curved at the bottom. Something about pipe could be significant. I feel like maybe some of you guys are like, I don't know, like this, the way that the wick is, it just makes you think of a pipe system. For some of you, I think that maybe some of you guys listen to ASMR, I don't know, but I definitely do think that you guys should pay attention to what's your interactions with sound, and watch if and when you're being overstimulated by noise. I'm only saying that because this shape with this color makes me think of this thing that this one ASMR channel, ASMR Zeitgeist, was like tapping on. And, ASMR is typically a very relaxing thing. So I just feel like you guys can very much heal yourself, relax yourself with the use of sound. But I also feel like simultaneously, it can be like you're undoing what overstimulates you, what overwhelms you, what stresses you out. So I just think that a lot of you guys should look into sound and look into how it can heal you and how it can benefit you and how you can use that aspect of existence to, like work for you, not against you. It makes me think of like those singing bowls. That would be a good idea for some of you. And pay attention to noise pollution. Noise pollution is very real. If you don't know that, I'm sure you guys know it. You guys are very smart. But if you live in like a very loud city, or if you work a job that's very loud, or if you're in a very loud location, maybe get some earplugs, or just work on zoning out, or work on like integrating other sounds into your life that can cancel out that, or like have sessions where you can heal. This looks like a staircase to me. I feel like you guys are climbing towards something. Oh, this kind of looks like the Big Dipper. Kind of, like kind of. Do you guys see it? I see it. No, not anymore. This also kind of looks like a deconstructive fidget spinner. I feel like you guys are a little bit skittish right now, or maybe some of you guys are a little bit anxious, or you just you feel like maybe you're in a standstill, or maybe you feel like you're waiting for something. Because I think that up until this point, you've done a lot of work, or you have made great efforts. So I feel like for some of you, be careful who you associate with, because I think that whoever it is, whenever you get into relationships, whether it be platonic, romantic, it's clear that you guys really immerse yourselves into it. I feel like right now, you're in a little bit of a standstill. I think that your energy is very, I think that you guys are very sensitive to other people's energy. And I don't know why, but I just wanted to say that your energy is very, homogenous, in the sense that, it's, you have really filtered people out. Maybe some of you guys have done, a detox of some sorts. And I just can tell that your energy has gotten so much clearer with time. And I think that's even more fascinating, because as you can see, when we first started your reading, the wax droplets had a little bit of soot in them, and now they are just completely pure orange. So that just lets me know that I think that there is some aspect in your life where you have cleaned things out, you have detoxed yourself, and your energy is 100% concentrated you. You know what I'm saying? I like that I said that too, and this is orange. It makes me think of orange juice, and it's making me think of vitamin C. It's giving vitamin C you later. But what I'm trying to say here is that be careful who you associate with from here on out, because I think that you guys take connections and connecting extremely seriously. And I think that you guys make a great effort to immerse yourself in connections, and, bringing true duality into each and every person that you connect with, interact with. And because of that, I think that it's very easy for people, to poison you, or to give you, bad vibes and stuff like that, or the evil eye or something. And I'm sure that this is something that you're very aware of, but I just I feel like it's confirmation. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I say that, if you want to know, is this particular shape right here. There's this episode, or not episode, but this level of Mega Man 9, and there's these two things called it was called the Twin Devil. It's not like literal devil, it's not like that. But if you know what the game is, it's basically these things that they pieces of each other come off, and then they switch. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's something that you'd have to Google. Just Google Mega Man 9 Wily Stage 3. If only you're curious and you just have free time. I don't know. But it's just that just makes me think of the fact that you take connecting very seriously, and you're a very deep person, and you're somebody who really cares. I really do feel like you're the kind of person that shows up for anybody anytime. You're just so reliable, and just such an amazing person. And it's like, if like you need to protect yourself, because not anyone should have access to you, because they're not willing to give you what you need, and while you are literally giving them the world. Like, girl, please. They give you like a voucher to like a kid's, like, I don't know, like a Chuck E. Cheese, and then like you're giving them like the world. I don't know. Like, what do you mean? I also feel like there's something in your life that you're trying to decipher. These three dots made me think of this thing from Scooby-Doo, Where's My Mummy? And then that made me think of like Egypt, and then that made me think of like hieroglyphics, and like how something is maybe trying to be deciphered. It also made me think of mummies, so I feel like maybe there's something in your life that has been laid to rest, or like is just like, being mummified, or like maybe mummies are just significant, or there's just something in your life that you are preparing in a specific way, because the process of like mummification is so complicated. From what I know, I literally don't know anything about that. That's like I just know it's complicated. Okay, at least complicated enough for me to not be able to comprehend. So I do think that in that sense, there is something in your life that is taking time to go through a process. And maybe this could be in regards to like anything, maybe there's something in your life that you're just waiting for a process to go through, and it's kind of like frustrating you, or you're kind of just like waiting for it, or you just feel like it's going to take a long, long time, This little droplet here makes me think of a this makes me think of South Asia, because this kind of reminds me of like India, and then this makes me think of like Sri Lanka. So maybe some of you guys like South Asia could be significant, or like that ethnicity, because this also looks like this color I see on the Indian flag. So anything about that could be significant for some of you. You know what this looks like? This looks like a oak seed. You know those seeds where you like throw them, and then they like spin very vigorously as they're falling down? I remember I called them like helicopters. Something about that could be significant, or it could just be that there is something in your life that is just meant for something else, and it's just not being used the way that it was. I don't know. So basically what I'm trying to say here is that these plants have come up with some pretty creative ways to reproduce and spread their seeds, like dandelions, specific trees, all these different plants. And I just feel like this is kind of like a nudge at how creative you've gotten to, in some aspect of your life, in some way of surviving, in some way of, spreading your own wings and changing and rebirthing, And also this looks like to me like a horse leg. I don't know why it makes me look like a horse's like leg. So maybe for some of you guys are traveling, or some of you guys are going somewhere, or horses just could be significant. Maybe you are a year of the horse. I'm a year of the horse too, by the way. If you are a year of the horse. What's your Chinese zodiac? Tell me down below. And I also think it's very interesting how your energy, I feel, has been so all over the place. I'm sure you can tell, but like I feel like I'm being very scattered, or I feel like I'm being kind of vague with things, or doing kind of like a not so great job of explaining things, if I'm gonna be honest. And I just feel like this is like maybe how your life is right now. Maybe there's a lack of definition, or there is a lack of kind of like consistency or routine, or like concrete. I think that you guys are very mutable people, or maybe you guys have a lot of like mutable like energy. Maybe some of you guys are like a Pisces, Virgo, Sagittarius, or Gemini. But even if that's not the case here, I just feel like there's something about your energy that's very scattered right now. And if that's something that you're wanting to change, I feel like it really starts with being more creative and working with yourself, and working with, like getting to know yourself. And when I say that, it's like, how when people are learning makeup, the best way to learn makeup is to know your own face and understand your own facial structures. Like you can watch all the makeup tutorials you want, but ultimately, if you don't understand your facial structure, your, facial bones and whatnot, like you're not going to get as far as you want, and you're not going to be able to truly maximize the experience and your skills. So it's like, I feel like there is definitely something in your life, in an aspect of your life, that you're trying to get together or you're trying to organize, but it's just like, it's never going to work if you continue to look in the external reality in order to see, what is possible in regards to your organization, in regards to your life and how you're running it and how you are participating in routines. But I just feel like you should get to know yourself and do what works more, and kind of like refine what you already do, instead of trying to like bring all this structure into your life, especially if it just is not working for you. And I feel like it's really stressed you out and really caused you to kind of like leave a lot of loose ends in your life, because you just are not sure how to conclude things, or you're not sure how to give things a definitive shape, because you really do feel like there's a specific way to do it, but you don't know how to achieve it, or achieving it just leaves you so dissatisfied, and you're kind of like, ugh, and maybe it leaves you to kind of give up and be like, you know what, I don't even want to do this anymore. It's like, for example, this is just one of many. I hate making my bed. I literally can't stand making my bed. I don't like it. It's boring. It's so much work, and I'm sorry, you guys. So what I do is I fold my blankets and I place them on the edge of my bed. And it's like, I'm still making my bed. It's still clean, but it's not like how you would traditionally make a bed. It's like I just fold all my blankets, literally all of them. And it's proved to be so much easier than, like laying the blanket across, getting into the corners. And it's like, I found something that works, and it's something that's like, it's not the wrong answer. It's just not something that a lot of people are used to seeing, or not what like everyone does. And you might be like, oh, like everyone does that, but you just like, when you think of making your bed, you think of like doing the thing that I said, like where you get it to all the corners. So it's like, find what works for you, group 3, because I feel like you guys are really stressing yourself out about it, or you guys are trying to like look for answers, or you guys are freaking yourself out when it doesn't even have to be that way. You know what this looks like? This whole thing kind of looks like a bug or like a beetle. So something about bugs or beetles could be significant to you guys. This looks like Braille to me, which makes me think of like, I just feel like maybe there's something in your life that you're a little bit blindsided, or you're just not seeing something. I just feel like there's something that you feel very bogged down by. This kind of looks like Squidward's eyes and nose from SpongeBob, and that just makes me feel like maybe there's something that you feel very dissatisfied by, or maybe there's something in your life that you want more, or you feel like you can't have it, or you're very angry. If you are adopting a mindset or an attitude like that, it's just, I feel like you should get to the bottom of that, in the sense that like, I think that there's a lot of feelings that you guys should address. And I feel like it has a lot to do with what I just said about bringing structure into your life in the ways that make sense to you and make you feel comfortable. I feel like maybe some of you are looking to make a very expensive purchase, or there's something that you're looking to invest in, or maybe you feel like you want more money to buy nicer things, just something like that. There's something in your life that you want to afford. I keep hearing take your time with it, or like set aside money for it, because I feel like there's going to be some windfall rather quickly, or there's going to be something that like needs to change in order for you to reach it. It's like, if you know you're not making enough money right now, it's just, you need to take an initiative. Be creative about it too. Think outside the box and see what's possible, because I feel like you're very good at thinking abstract and you're very good at being creative and tapping into that energy. So it's like, take advantage of that. You know, if it only makes you like $20, that's still $20. Or, you know, at least that's the currency that I have where I live. You guys are very patient people, but you guys are very hard hitters. Like, I feel like you guys take a while to make decisions, or I feel like you guys take a while to make a move, but when you do, it is like powerful. It is like a whole shift. You guys are also very like futuristic. I don't know. Like, I feel like you guys are ahead of things, you know, like you guys are ahead of the trend, or you guys know things and like things before other, like you guys are very like revolutionary people, I feel. So don't let other people put a damper on you, and don't surround yourself with people that like doubt you. Obviously, but you know, I feel like it feels good to say that, like hear from that from another person. I feel like maybe some of you guys are having trouble defining what's real and fake. One of these droplets makes me think of those videos where people draw something, like for example, like they'll put down a pencil and it's like a literal pencil, you know, like a real pencil, but then they'll draw a pencil next to it and it's so realistic that you can't tell which one is real or fake. I feel like there's something like that going on in your life, to where you feel like there's something that's you're having trouble defining as to whether or not it's real or fake, or you're having trouble discerning things in your life and seeing what is right for you and what is not right for you. It's just truly a situation where you need to trust your intuition. There's no way around it. Like, you just need to trust yourself and trust your gut. I also keep feeling that fall is going to be very significant for you. So like September through like November, December will be very significant for you guys this year. Maybe some of you guys have a birthday during that time period. I heard newspaper. I almost wonder if some of you guys are trying to be informed, or I feel like you guys are trying to read more. And for some of you guys, if you're consuming negative content every day, you know, like if you wake up and read the news and it's like terrible news, I think that you guys should work on that, or I feel like you guys should be careful about what you consume on the media, because I think that you guys are very sensitive to energy, especially because it seems like you very much care about people and the world. So when you hear negative news about the world, I feel like it really puts a damper on your hope and your optimism. So avoid that at all costs if you can. Or at least, you know, like filter it a little bit. Some of you guys are working really hard. That looked like sweat to me. Like blood, sweat, and tears. So yeah, I really feel like pile 3, like a bulk of your messages was just about bringing structure into your life the way that makes sense to you, instead of following other people's guidelines and expectations. Do what feels right for you and do what works for you. Do what is most prolific for you, and shut the noise out and disconnect yourself a little bit, detach a little bit, and protect yourself a little bit, because there's nothing wrong with that, especially because you really do give it your all. And with that being said, it's just kind of like, with how much you're willing to give, you need to make sure that you're giving it to the right person. All right, that's all I have for you, pile 3. I hope the reading resonated. Thank you so much for watching, and if the reading did resonate, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you'd like a personal reading from me, I do offer those on my Etsy shop, which will be linked down below. Other than that, thank you so much for watching again. I love you. Bye.